comments on this update as well as what you think about New Game Plus. See ya.
Nope. Stop. 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 I just want you to stop.
There's not many areas I'd
Thank you. Not why. It's not what I want to watch. I'll just try and pause the video. So I can remove that. What was that? 108. I'll do 109. Just to be safe. Okay. Obviously there's one thing I want to watch with you guys for a little bit. I don't remember when my wife gets out of work. That's probably something I need to figure out. My wife sent me a photo of it a while ago. Not too long ago. No. Oh, right here. Today is the 15th, so 5:30. I was correct. I was just joking with her. She said, "Oh, I hope I don't get out at 6." I was like, "Ah, it's 5:30 probably." And sure shit, I guess I was right. Feel bad, but man, when she gets out really late, it kind of sucks because we don't get to see each other much because I'm usually tired by that point. The kids keep me up. Oh yeah, PatricianTv. We're not gonna start this from here. We are going to go to his channel.
Moon, like, you know, typical werewolf story.
Videos.
Skyrim is one of the most influential games of the 2010s. You see this not just with its gargantuan sales figures, landing Bethesda a sale price at Microsoft twice that of Star Wars, but in the explosion of open-world games afterwards, and the rise in popularity of perk-based progression systems in the least expected places. We'll be picking pieces of Skyrim's DNA out of games for another decade. I started this project the month of Dovahkiin's 10th birthday. I wonder if his parents were really happy about their lifetime free copies of all those Bethesda games that have come out since, you know, Elder Scrolls games like Fallout 4, Fallout Shelter, Fallout 76, and soon, Starfield.
I'm trying to write this down. Patrician TV. There we go. So we're probably gonna watch quite a few of retrospectives on Skyrim and stuff because I like Skyrim. I like it a lot, and that'll probably be what our Thursdays entail.
Skyrim is a difficult game to talk about. Deceptively difficult. It seems easy because it's popular and it's dumbed down. Babbies can play it. There's no way the game is actually a Gordian knot that reverts common sense into clown logic. Imagine my surprise when G-Man Lives and Angry Joe made the best Skyrim videos, because it turns out this game is not the easy target it appears to be. Now, my goal here isn't to just put down Skyrim for its iniquities. It actually has some strengths and intelligent design behind it.
Yeah,
it's obvious
obviously.
Most of Skyrim's problems are a consequence of deliberate design, things being held back to achieve a particular vision, rather than restrictive factors like...
Yeah, they kind of held back on quite a lot, and they definitely pulled back on stuff like the magic system for certain. Could have been a lot better, but they streamlined it so much they made it fucking kid-proof. Essentially, they're like And also, like they didn't want it to be too complex. That's dumb. Why? Why is magic? It should be complex.
Like time or lack of resources, which, while being great for Bethesda and the people who make up the company, is not so great for the people who were fans before it was cool. The place to begin our analysis is with the introduction. Hitting New Game, we are shown an image of a dragon upon a stone wall, a model which was actually translated into the real world and sold in the collector's edition. I was actually at a midnight release for Skyrim, and people booed a guy because he was the only person to buy the PC collector's edition, so they just had him come up and get it and then leave, ahead of everyone. everyone else.
It's like, you know what, dude, just get up here, get your shit, and go. That's funny. Like, everyone else booed the guy to the front of the line, essentially, just to get the game early, while everyone else had to wait. Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that, you know?
We live in a pay-to-win world. Included on this screen is a small verse prophesizing the events of the game, which seems to be a replacement for the voiceover narrations of old, before we see the iconic fade into the world.
Ah, yeah,
to be honest,
the carriage ride.
Fade-in meme is not actually one from the Elder Scrolls community, despite being about Skyrim. It's simply the first moments of an iconic and well-known game. The meme could have easily been about Half-Life 1's very similar intro, had it been nearly as popular with non-traditional gamers.
That makes sense,
We are greeted by a man who is beaming a massive smile at us.
Skyrim was massively popular with people that also weren't even playing games and stuff, just the idea of such a fantastical world. And there's, you know, it's the reason why Todd Howard is like, you know what, release, because everyone loves it. This is one of the games that people always go back to. I can never escape Skyrim. I always want to play Skyrim. I don't know why. I honestly hated Skyrim when I first tried it. I was like, not for me. But then I bought it for myself to play because I tried it while my dad's Xbox when he had it. I was playing his character, and I was like, this is okay, you know? And I wasn't super into it. Maybe it was just because it wasn't my character I made. It wasn't me starting the game and playing it. I just picked it up where he was playing it, just to dick about for a bit. And I was like, oh, this is cool, I guess. And then I think like a year later I bought it, or like a few months later I bought it, and I played it for the first time for myself, and I was just blown the fuck back. This like sheer scale of the game, like that's one of the only games I played for the longest time. Like I played other games in between, but at the end of the day, every single night I was probably going back to playing Skyrim just for a few hours. Just one more quest, one more dungeon, get all the fucking loot. Ugh, so good.
Before he begins to preach to us information about the setting and our current situation. I have to say, I hate preachers. That is not a statement of hostility towards religious groups that use that term. I've known many academics, corporate workers, and entertainers who were also preachers. Rather, I dislike the idea of a person who only wants to step up to a podium and dictate their ideas to a captive audience, without being willing to entertain a reply. I'm rather a big fan of dialogue, of options and engagement being presented to the audience. I say all that as an explanation of my decision to begin these videos with discussion. Gotcha. Let's make a deal. If my intro is longer than Skyrim's, then it is too long. Also, yes, I am a VTuber, and this is the only time I will ever mention it in this entire video. Rather than simply jumping straight into the sermon as is common, normally I wouldn't even take time to explain the explanation. It seems intuitive that if you click on a video that is 8, 12, or 20 hours long, that you would not be bothered by 4 to 6 minutes of meta discussion.
No.
Unfortunately, I was wrong about this.
I watch videos like this every single night. I watch a majority of it. I can't listen to it all the time because I lost a headphone when my pants ripped at work. I was rushing home, it fell out of my pocket, one of my headphones. So now I have to listen to like 6 to 8 hour videos at like bursts of like 40 minutes. And then I have to wait like 30 minutes to even be able to listen to like 20 minutes of it. Like more of it. It kind of sucks. I need new fucking headphones.
Hence this very brief section. My introductions are sometimes described as strawmanning or whining. I didn't understand that perspective until I saw pretty much every major Skyrim video ever made, which as a general rule are typically made by preachers. There seems to be a belief that this is not a valid part of the video, that the video doesn't begin until this discussion is over. While I'm going to be talking 100% about Skyrim within a couple minutes, the truth is, you're already watching the video.
That's very true.
I have been in the Elder Scrolls community for more than half of my life. I've had a couple conversations about the games over the years. I've heard pretty much every argument ever made, and it is rare that someone offers a truly fresh perspective, simply due to the lack of new content. My original intention of the introduction was simply to
not a lot of people come out with the same ideas, like new ideas, because it's been the same game for the last 10 years.
Because I have heard it before. Instead of having to hear it again, I simply respond to it. That way, if you genuinely believe in that argument, you have the opportunity to hear my response to it. It's a straw man, but the thing about straw men is that they do still serve a purpose. They stop birds from eating crops. Not only that, but as the primary person responsible for reading the comments, I can say that my philosophy has largely been successful. Plus, I pointed out that Fallout 3 required a patch to run in the Oblivion video's introduction, and a month later, Bethesda randomly decided to fix that issue. Would that have ever happened without the introduction? Well, probably, but I'm still going to take credit.
Yes.
To give an example,
take credit where you can,
video, I preempted
even
the
if
argument that
it's
fast
not
travel is
true
convenient
in
by
any way.
explaining in a story how tension in a fight could be created when physical travel time is a factor in decision making. I chose that argument because it's often made, and I guess that if I did not address that point, then many people would make it again, despite me already knowing it. Instead of having to hear about how fast travel is convenient, I instead heard a less common argument. That fast travel is necessary because some players do not have the real-world time to spend traveling in a video game.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. Whether they have a job, kids, a wife, or even like a girlfriend, or their friends, you know, they got friends, school even, like, you don't have, you have only so many given hours in the day to do things for yourself. And sometimes just spending time to walk along a path for like 20 minutes from one town to the next, collecting stuff as you go, isn't feasible. Sometimes it's better to fast travel, get to your spot, and then go through that dungeon, go sell all your loot, put it all away, and then log off for the day, save and log off, because that's all the time you have, compared to like just finish the walk to the location and then being like, well, that's it. Like, it's convenient for people who don't have time. But you could also say that it's inconvenient too, because those people that say they don't have time, like, this man has much time in loading screens, honestly. Especially back in the day when Skyrim didn't have any updates or anything that was on the 360 and PS3. The load times were like 5 to 10 minutes long a piece. Fast traveling just seemed annoying after a while. And sometimes it would even crash your game. So, but also you miss out on stuff like dragon fights, things like that when you're like just fast traveling, small interactions